cloudy, cooler temperatures here staying in the forecast over the next few days, but also the threat for localized heavy rainfall. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the bigger picture here, kind of what we have going on in the upper parts of the atmosphere. And look at all the dry air that's surrounding Tropical Storm Beta out here in the Gulf of Mexico, really limiting any future development or intensification of the storm. So that's certainly the good news. Ridge of high pressure off to our north. That's going to continue to steer the storm into Texas over the next couple of days. So really the track forecast remains certain here, at least at this point. Now here's the satellite imagery of Tropical Storm Beta throughout the day today, and still not overly impressive, still a disorganized tropical system, although a little bit better organized than what we were looking at here yesterday, with a burst of convection here in the western Gulf of Mexico as it continues to head toward the coastline of Texas, but still not expected to strengthen a whole lot more than what it already is here. Here's the 4 o'clock advisory. Wind still at 60 miles per hour. That's where it's been really the last 24 to 36 hours. Pressure still holding steady at 996 millibars and picking up a little bit of steam here, not a whole lot, but still better than stationary, moving to the west northwest at 6. And again, the track forecast taking it into the Texas coastline sometime tomorrow afternoon as a tropical storm. We're going to again remain on the eastern side of this system for the entirety of the event here, and then the track forecast continues to take it toward Louisiana, yes, late into next week, but at that point a tropical depression at best. So really the impacts here for us in Acadiana have remained the same, meaning the locally heavy rainfall will be our biggest concern. And in fact, the Weather Service went ahead and issued a flash flood watch in anticipation of the heavy rainfall event here. This lasts until Wednesday evening, really for areas right along the interstate and southward, and that's for the potential to see 3 to 6 inches here across Acadiana, but localized heavier amounts, especially along the coastal parishes and into southeastern Louisiana. So this is what we're going to continue to have to monitor closely here as we head through this next week. So here's the graph model again, doing a pretty good job here with the tropical storm out in the Gulf of Mexico. Beta here taking it into the Texas coastline on Monday, and then for our weather here locally, again we're gonna have to be on the lookout here is for these eastern rain bands that look to move in from the Gulf of Mexico, not only for Monday but into Tuesday and perhaps into Wednesday. So that's why the flash flood watch is in effect for these locally heavy downpours here. That's going to be in the forecast for us at least through midweek. Again, most of us looking to pick up anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, but notice along the coastal parishes and into southeastern Louisiana, that's where you could see the 6 to perhaps 12 inches of rainfall. So certainly localized flash flooding will be a concern for at least parts of the Acadiana region. And then again, it looks like finally as we head a little bit later on into next week, things should start to quiet down. This is a European model. I think it does the best job as far as what the forecast is calling for here, and really has a pretty good handle on the situation really over the last couple of days. But notice again, 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, pretty good forecast here for the Acadiana region. But then notice the locally heavier spots here. So localized spots easily can pick up 6 to 12 inches of rainfall, especially into portions of southeastern Louisiana. So of course that's going to continue to be our main our main concern when it comes to Tropical Storm Beta. Now those tropical storm warnings are in effect for our coastal parishes here, mainly for those squally rain bands that look to move in over the next couple of days. Could easily produce tropical storm force wind gusts, so something we'll also keep in mind. So here's your potential impacts here again from Beta. The tides and surge, again, the tides looking to come up 1 to 3 feet along our coastal parishes, perhaps a little bit higher along southwest Louisiana into Cameron Parish, could push 2 to 4 feet. Again, flooding rain is going to be our main concern. We have an enhanced risk here. We'll go 3 to 6, but again, those localized 6 to 12 inches in some spots, especially along the coastal parishes. Not looking at a widespread wind event here, anything like that, just breezier days ahead in the forecast, nothing we can't handle, and then no power outages expected at this time. So that's the good news there. Now your next 10 days, again, rain chances continuing to stay in the forecast Monday through Thursday here. Any one day capable of seeing, again, those localized heavy rainfall, so keep that in mind. Cloudy conditions out there, breezy conditions as well, so that's going to help to keep our high temperatures into the mid-70s at least through the next couple of days. And then finally heading later on into next week, into next weekend, and into late next week, looks like things start to quiet down, rain chances start to come back down, and looks like a little bit cooler temperatures as well as nicer weather returns to the region.